Hey guys, Doug B here. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm dealing with a winter head cold right now, and it has really messed me up for the past few days. So I didn't get to do my usual preset episode because I was just literally out of it. But I was doing some research on tone matching while I was recuperating, and quickly realized that I don't have the setup for tone matching, so I really need to research my topics before I announce that I'm going to do them. So I'll do tone matching at another time, but tonight what I'm going to do is just a quick review of AustinBuddy's 1400 plus Naked Amps Tonepack. Now, he just released Bank A for firmware 17.02, so we're going to take a look into that here. Let's take a look at the AustinBuddy 1400 plus Naked Amps Tonepack. It has a preset for every amp in the FX3 with multiple scenes per preset. There are well over 1400 scenes spread across 3 banks. AustinBuddy includes detailed instructions on how to install his presets, and he even has a YouTube channel that goes through the installation steps. He also includes custom setups for the FC6 and FC12, as well as some IRs that need to be installed in specific locations. I'll leave a link for his website in the description. The majority of the presets were dialed in for medium output humbucker guitars. Presets made specifically for single coil use have an asterisk at the start of the preset name, or an asterisk at the beginning of a scene name. If a preset has an asterisk at the end of the preset name, that means that some of the scenes in this preset, but not all, were made for single coils. Now, you can play a single coil guitar on any of these presets by turning the kicker coil switch on. The kicker coil effect is in the filter block right before the amp block and can be operated from an FC12, FC6, or you can recustomize to your own foot controller. The kicker coil feature is a built-in dB boost that gets your single coil pickups to hit the front of the amp block about the same as a humbucker does. The first bank has over 800 scenes and covers both vintage and modern amps. It starts with Fenders, arranged chronologically by year of issue. Those are followed by vintage amps by Gibson, Supro, Vox, Hiwatt, Ampeg, and Roland. Next we get Marshall Plexi, vintage, and modern amps. Then we get other modern amps such as Friedman, Cameron, Comet, Splon, Peavey, Fryette, Cornford, Engel, Hook, Bogner, Diesel, Orange, and Carvin. This bank wraps up with Mesa Boogie's and Fractal Audio System's own amp models. The second bank has over 600 scenes and covers Class A, Boutique, Preamp, and Bass amps, plus some other AustinBuddy Tonepack samplers. It contains presets based on amps such as Matchless, Samson, Morgan, Divided by 13, Ruby, Trainwreck, Sewer, Blankenship, Swart, Carr, Buddha, Dr. Z, Trainwreck, Dumble, Bludotone, Two Rocks, Fuchs, Carol Ann, and Soldano. It also has presets that use preamp models based on those made by Soldano, Custom Audio Electronics, Bogner, Marshall, and Mesa Boogie. Bank 2 also has bass amp models based on those by Ampeg, Mesa Boogie, Orange, plus a Fractal bass amp model. A small sampler of the AustinBuddy 200 plus bass tone pack is included as well. A sampler of presets from the new AustinBuddy Brit Rock Royalty No. 1 tone pack is included. That tone pack covers over 36 songs and 150 guitar sounds from that British band that was originally known as the New Yardbirds. Look, you know who I'm talking about. Bank 2 also has a section of presets submitted by other Axe FX3 preset makers. Bank 3 is a bonus bank with approximately 35 presets of various things that AustinBuddy likes. For example, it has 6 Hendrix-style presets that are based on the first Experience album. AustinBuddy just recently released the updated Bank A, which has been updated to firmware 17.02. Bank 2 will be ready first quarter 2022. Now, I've been a customer for 2 years. Back when I bought it, it was for firmware 12. He also updated the tone pack for firmware 15 and now for firmware 17. Now, if you're curious as to why it takes him so long to update, remember, there are over 1,400 scenes to update, and that is just in this one tone pack. I'll list for you the changes that were made for the most recent update. Reset all amp blocks to new Cygnus firmware. Manually re-entered values for amp boost, saturation drive, graphic EQ, input EQ, and other values where needed after amp reset. Raised amp master volumes or gain/drive where needed under new firmware to approximate level from prior firmware, compared to prior preset running under firmware 15. Adjusted level output for each amp scene. These presets may be a little hotter signal-wise than prior firmware, especially amps with a lot of frequency content like modern or metal amps. Where amp models have been changed by Fractal, such as the Friedman models, updated these presets/scenes with newer sounds. The tones may not match prior versions as the amp models did change. While the Axe FX3 version may still use up to 4 cab blocks, we spent time making sure for every preset and scene that the first 2 cab blocks were main ones so that the Naked Amps presets could be later ported over to the FM9. Fixed errors here and there. Lowered mix value on pitch detunes and panning for better clarity. Added new amp models into existing preset areas. Okay, now that's a lot of work to do. I cannot imagine how many hours goes into a project of this size. Now, as for the name, I'm guessing that it's called the Naked Amps Tonepack because a lot of the presets have little or no effects. It's just the amp and cab. Naked indeed. Guys, I had planned on doing a few scenes for you, but if I do that, this video is going to be running way too long. And think about it now here too, like if I spent just a half a minute on each scene, just demoing just a half minute of each one, it would take over 12 hours to do it. That's how much content there is in here. So I just put together just a short little segment of a song, and I'm just going to do a little bit of like, just a little bit of rhythm playing over it, and hopefully that'll give you an idea. This stuff is so authentic, it's crazy how authentic AustinBuddy has these presets going. So let me get that working here for you. So there you have it, guys. The AustinBuddy 1400 plus Naked Amps Tonepack. I gotta tell you, you get a lot of value for the money with this one. I mean, there's enough stuff to keep you busy here for months, literally, if not years. I mean, I think it's up to around 1,600 scenes now, or darn close to it. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I will put a link to AustinBuddy's website in the description. So, you know, if you give it a try, let me know how it works out for you. I'd love to hear what you think about it. All right, guys, next Friday, I had a special request to take a look at the RTA block. So that's what we're looking at next week, guys, the RTA block. Now, you don't want to miss that, so hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, see you next week. Hopefully, I will be a lot healthier then. Later.